So welcome to the channel. I'm Nathan with LOC Tactical. Today we're going to be going over our draw stroke. Goodness gracious. So don't do that again.
What?
So I'm like, what am I doing?
I was just cheering you on.
It felt like it. We're going to go over those today. So specifically, we're going to be going from the hip position, because obviously that's where my holster is located today. So what we're going to do is we're going to establish master grip. Your master grip. Your master grip is the grip that you're going to get onto your sidearm that will allow you to be able to break accurate shots consistently. And so most commonly what that's going to look at like is you're going to be taking this pistol. Here we have a staccato 2011. You're going to be taking this pistol. You will try to get as high up on this pistol as you can. So how I typically will start is the first point of contact for me is going to be this web in between my thumb and my finger. That's going to be my first point of contact for me. So I will start by trying to almost hit the top of this beaver tail right here. So I will try to make contact right there while my fingers then begin to wrap around. Because we want, you see this little area right here, here, let me holster this. This little area right here, this is where I want to put that fire on. And I want the meat of this right behind this thumb, the meat right behind this thumb to wrap around that, and the rest of this to wrap around the rest of the pistol, kind of like that. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So the contact, fingers, we have the meat of this thumb right behind that, and we have a high purchase because we're trying to get as high on this axis as possible. So we're getting a high purchase. We're situating our palm in this position, and we are wrapping those fingers around, and we're developing a nice firm. Now we're not clamping down like we're trying to break this grip or break the grip module here. We are just getting a nice firm grip on this. You will then take your left hand. We'll actually put that into the next step. I'm almost jumping ahead too quickly. So we will then reach down. We will establish master grip. So we will get down here, get on this high purchase on this. We will then begin to start drawing the pistol. Now from here, we have a second step. And all it is, we're not going to complicate it, it's just getting this pistol into the fight. So we're going to master grip, draw, get it into the fight. So from here, all we're doing is just, well, look, you can see my elbow back here. The elbow is going to, all it's going to do is just drop down. Because when we drop, because we have the elbow at this like 90-degree position, when we take and drop that elbow down, that's going to take this gun and get it into the fight. So we need to position our bodies to where if I need to break shots, they will be able to break them reasonably accurately. But that does come with practice, because you can't just position your body somewhere and expect your hand to follow. So that does take a little bit of coordination there. But that is the general principle. So I'm about 8 yards away from the target. I'm going to reach down, establish master grip. I'm going to draw, get this into the fight, and then as I am bringing this up towards the target, my non-dominant hand is going to begin to join or marry the grip together to be able to finish out and drive out to where I can start breaking shots. So let's take a look at that. So I've drawn the pistol, I've gotten it into the fight. So all I'm going to do is just take it from this position, turn it this direction. So I've drawn it, and now I'm into the fight. So I'm taking my non-dominant hand and I'm going to marry this grip. So all I'm doing is I'm just following. We're going to create like a little spooning scenario with the dominant hand and the non-dominant hand. You're going to spoon, and then this is just, all this is going to do is that meat from your palm is going to fill this grip area right here. And then we're just going to wrap that around the rest of your grip. So this is what it's going to look like. Just like this. I'm gonna turn around so you can see. So whenever you drive out, you're marrying that up, you create a little spoon, you are then going to just ride on top of your non-dominant hand. Now, depending on the firearm that you're going to use, how you approach your grip may change a little bit. So for this one, I've just explained grip in general, but specifically with a 2011 or 1911 style pistol, you're going to have a few things that you need to consider. You're going to have to consider your manual of arms, which is getting used to whatever it takes to get a firearm into the fight. So your manual of arms is going to consist of predominantly this manual safety right here. So that's something that you have to remember, is getting that on and off. So you have to remember to get that in your manual of arms here. But something that you can use on a 1911/2011 that is greatly beneficial to your grip is going to actually be that manual safety. So that manual safety right there, you can use it as a pedal for your dominant hand. So because the staccato is ambidextrous, I mean, if I was left-handed, I could use that as a left-handed gas pedal or right-handed gas pedal. And so how I approach my grip for this 2011 is I actually create my gas pedal and I just fill and go a little bit lower. So while typically, you know, you're going to spoon, where you spoon may be just a little bit different. You might have an evolution of grip as you approach different firearms, depending on where the slide stop is located, depending on manual safety, all of those different things. So let's run through that grip here. We're about 8 yards out. I'm going to run it a little slower. And the cameraman or camera woman in this case is going to get different views for you. So I'm going to do the same grip a couple times, and I may throw out a few nuances as I do so. So we have establishing master grip, drawing, get it into the fight, marry the grip, and then break shots. That is the summary of developing the draw stroke. With the 1911, remember we have the master grip, and then as we get it into the fight, we're going to then break that manual safety. So we're going to get that manual safety off, marry the two, drive, break shots. I'll demonstrate that now. So draw, get in the fight, join the hands together, break shot. Oh, I rode that one up a little bit. I think I punched the trigger too much on that. So now I'm going to throw out a small little nuance, and that small little nuance is going to be prepping the trigger. So whenever you draw your firearm, something that you want to include in that draw stroke is you want to include prepping your trigger. So safety has come off, and this one I'm going to prep it by taking out all that slack. I'm going to hit my first wall and then ride that first wall up to where I need to be whenever I'm going to break shots. So I'm going to do that for you real quickly. Second position. All right, let's speed it up a little bit. Oh, that was not a good one. And last one. And that is how we take our time and we learn to develop our draw stroke, because it's not just enough to have a gun, it's having a gun and then also training with it.